Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. We know you have choices in your tarot reading. You have tarot reading options, and we thank you for choosing us as if there's more than just me here, me and Boo Boo and Pumpkin. So, hello everybody. I am here 365 days of the year. What's fun is that some of you are too, which is amazing. Thank you. And then there are new people and people who come by when they can. Thank you. I'm here every day of the year. Holiday, weekdays, weekends, holidays, your birthday, my birthday, I'm always here. And 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America, feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. And thank you. And that's, if you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box and I've got 10 questions so far today, and I'll timestamp them as I go. So you don't have to listen to me jibber jab. You can just pick and choose what you're interested in. And if I get distracted or I'm elsewhere, you can just go next. So Michael Grant says you need a vacation. Maybe someday I'll take one. So Cat Shepherd's birthday is tomorrow. Happy early birthday. Okay. Yes, Boo Boos and Kitty and Pumpkin. Yes. Okay, so let's dive right in. We're just getting right to it. At 2:30, we're starting with Rhonda's question. Rhonda had a couple of questions this morning. And I do have space for 2 more questions, but you give me a second until I'm between questions so I can grab it and put it in, because that I don't interrupt a reading that's going on. Oh, before I forget, there was a comment yesterday, or it was from yesterday or the day before, where I was talking about once Charles becomes king, that it's what I was picking up is I said he's going to drop kick Andrew, into Switzerland or somewhere. Someone made a comment and said, how does this coincide with your nonviolence, your belief in nonviolence? I was not being serious. If you were in the UK, which is an island, and if you were to kick something, you cannot kick it. You can kick nothing to Switzerland, and so I just want to make that clear. That I was not. It was just just metaphorically, just like get out. So besides Prince Charles trying to kick something, just no. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. There was something else too. I wasn't being serious about that. Oh well, if it comes to me, it comes to me. But I did just want to throw that out there. Oh, I was also told that I meander. I do the best I can. I really do. It is not easy doing this. And doing this every single day with everything matching and the questions and the readings and the graphics and the everything. So I'm doing the best I can. It's just me here, so anyway. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys. Oof. This morning, everything's fine. But when I woke up, there was someone using a snowblower on the driveway. And I looked out the window and it was like, that's not my father. What is is that one of my brother-in-laws? Who is that? So I threw on clothes as fast as I could because I was headed out anyway to because I'll do a lot of the clearing of snow. And I went out, and it was this neighbor, apparently, who I'd never heard of. And he was just talking, he's doing the thing, and I'm like, thank you, it's very kind, but I don't know this guy. Never seen him before. So it was okay, but I wasn't full out nervous. I was just a little cautious. He tried to shake my hand. I was like, no, sorry. He tried to demur from that. And because there was something, did you guys ever watch Burn Notice? I liked Burn Notice. I watched the whole series. And there's one where he said, if you're in somebody's house and you're not supposed to be there, you go to the fridge and you pull out a yogurt and a spoon and you walk around eating the yogurt. So the first person who sees you is you're gonna look like you kind of belong there, or someone gave you permission or something. And that's always stuck with me because I just want to put this out there. This person could have been a very nice neighbor. It turns out he was. And my father had some idea who he was, or my father knew who he was, which was good. But I didn't. My father wasn't around, and I didn't. And as you know, I've dealt with stalkers in the past. And it was like, okay, is this like a really, really helpful? They're in the really helpful stage of stalking, because quite often there's a really helpful stage. Oh, they're just helping you. It's like, okay. Or if you get love bombed, it's like, any of those kind of stages. Caution's good. Because anyone who thinks I'm being arrogant by saying, oh, you think you might have had a stalker there, it's not about arrogance. It's not about what I look like. It's not about anything like that. Generally speaking, it has to do with being really, really nice, because some people, in my case, men, will see me as a pushover. They think, well, she's not going to argue like those other women. She's going to be pleasant and lovely. And so I'm going to do things for her. I'm going to send her things. And she's going to be grateful. And she will always be this lovely, grateful, opinionless doll. You do know I'm a Scorpio, right? I choose not to use my scorpion tail. Scorpius Wackus. What shall we do with him, Scorpius? Scorpius Wackus. But there are these rules and guidelines I live by, and one of them is good fences make good neighbors. And I know I'm a pushover once you're close to me. But you got to get close to me first, and that takes time, because trust is consistent behavior over time. So anyway, I was a little nervous. But Semper says, especially being a woman, caution saves our lives. Yes. Mrs. Cat M says he was a snow angel. As a senior, I love and appreciate the one on my block. Oh, that's good. That's good. And the reason he did that is because my father will get his snowblower going, and he'll go like down the sidewalk, like way down, and be really helpful. So I don't know. I felt like I that's what I was dealing with, and that's what I've dealt with in the past. That's what was going through my head this morning, and yeah, you guys should see some of the messages I get. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, and thank heavens, knock on wood, I've never had an unsolicited pick. Thank you. But anyway, but all's well. But I do keep an eye out, and okay. So Taylor B says, "I'm amazed you can read the chat in addition to everything else." Oh, thank you. Oh, and I have been told that too many distractions, too much input from other people. I can't make everybody happy. I just can't. I if I could, I would, but I can't. So, Jean Dorsey says predator and prey. Yeah. Rainier says, so once you've been stalked, you question attention directed at you. I think reasonably. Rhonda says someone stalking you is the scariest thing anyone can go through. Yeah. Especially if they're chasing you. Ooh. Bird Dog says people tend to take kindness for weakness. It's very frustrating. Yeah, I'm still going to be nice, though. But Norma is saying better safe than sorry. I agree. Michael Grant says, you opinionless? Ha! Stingus ouchus. Yep. Jean Dorsey says, my hair salon, I had a stalker for 10 years. Yikes. Sandra Moore says, unfortunately, in this day and age, women always have to second guess every motive. Wellbeing and Health is saying, I personally will fight back and defend myself. Generally, I'm a nice person, but I despise injustice. Oh, self-defense? No, there's no. My nonviolence, out the window, which is what you should do. You should be going out quickly because, oh, nay. Self-defense, get out of my house. Don't come into my house. Get out of my house. So, Betty Harper says, I know what you're talking about. I'm a nice person and I've got a little girl's voice. Yep, that would do it. Janice says, I think leery is the word you're looking for. Yep. Michael Grant says, every rose has a thorn. I never thought, I like that. Every rose has a thorn. And there's some people who want roses to not have thorns. Well, when they're people. Thank you, C. Torino. And I'm just having a quick look through here, and then I will. Thank you. Oh, Harold has a question. Labrat says, "Where were your landlords?" I've made it clear. I actually live with family, so I live with my parents, and I have my sisters and their families like right here, and people are in and out. Family is in and out all day long, and I don't have to live here. I could go get a rental somewhere, but I'd rather spend the time I have with my family, and also instead of paying rent to a landlord somewhere who I don't know, this way my because I do pay a rentish type thing. I do pay to be here, and it goes toward my parents' medical care. So that's what goes on here. But yeah, Yeah, and we've got cameras and swing bolts and, you know, all this stuff. So, all right. Sorry, Harold has a question. Let me grab that. See, I was doing so well. I was ahead of time, and then I just started yapping. All right. All right, let me grab Harold's question. I was looking at the Queen's astrology chart a while back, and I didn't see Pluto coming up and tapping on her shoulder for another year or two, but we'll see. We shall see. Thank you. Okay, just having a quick look. And yes, I agree, Doxy Mom. Always pay attention to your gut feelings. Absolutely. Okay. Hippie Sue says, best to be safe than sorry. I agree. B. Smith says, you may not have a Scorpio stinger, but you can be as wise as the serpent. Lab rat. Oh, interesting. I had no idea. Oh, you're not being nosy. Jen Lynn. Oh, Jen Lynn from Jen Lynn Tarot is here. Oh, please follow Jen Lynn Tarot. The woman is talent on 2 feet. She really is. We're up over $5,000 for Feeding America on the New Year's Eve live. Yes. Lucy and I thank you and Boo Boo's and Kitty for joining us. Oh, thank you. I was so grateful to have the opportunity, and it was so much fun. And I don't think I've ever read to the point where I looked at the cards and couldn't feel anything. Apparently 5.5 hours is kind of my... I was looking at the cards and it was like, I can't feel anything. But anyway, thank you. Thank you, Jen Lynn. I have not done Tuckham's chart recently. I don't know what's going on with his chart at the moment, but I need to get on that with, oh goodness, all this other stuff. I've got a list a mile long. Also, for anybody wanting to join in, I'm doing a challenge this year. You're welcome to join. It is #clear the bookshelves. And it is all those books that we have in our homes that we have not gotten around to reading. We've been carrying around for years and years. I have very limited space. So it's like, you know what? It's time. So this year, we're kind of reading books we've had on our shelves for years and years, and then deciding if we want to keep them or get rid of them and that sort of thing. So, and then I'm choosing a popular book, the most popular books of what I've got. I'm choosing one a month, and if you have a copy, you can read along. We'll talk about it on the last day of the year over on the Book Art Media channel. Links in the description. That's every day at 4. And but if you don't have a copy, don't get one. that would defeat the purpose. Melissa Bishop says, I'm calling it the Great Purge. I too have limited space. There we go. Doxy Mom says, in your spare time, wink, wink. Yeah. So Linda McMurtry saying, time to Marie Kondo the books. Does it spark joy? So kind of a book club. Yeah. So we're actually, before, let me just say this quickly. Wait, sorry, horrible noise. Where is it? I worked in a bookstore, and I still have some of the, I have a few advanced readers copies. And when the Night Circus came out, I got hold of a advanced readers copy, which is really interesting. It has stuff on the back about like what they're doing to promote it, and it's really interesting stuff. But anyway, for January, this is going to be the book if you have a copy. If you don't, do not get a copy. So anyway, so the Night Circus is going to be the one we're going to talk about on the last day of January. But I'm not starting with this month. I'm actually, I was looking through, I have this box. So I'm going through, and the first one I'm reading is this, which is something about when archaeologist Lucy Morgan uncovers a 7,000-year-old tomb holding bones alien to our world. She realizes she has stumbled on a secret of great magnitude, a secret that could rewrite history. But before she can retrieve the remains, she's abducted. And then Ethan Warner, it's her family asks him for help. And anyway, so that's where I'm starting. That's what I'm starting tonight. All right. I will. Harold McGuire says Swedish death cleaning. I think there's something to that. Labrat says I'm getting it from the library. Okay. Good. Leah Backman is saying I'm putting up a free little library outside my house. Oh, nice. I love to see especially kids read an actual book. I understand. That's wonderful. Yeah, I think about death cleaning a lot, actually. How I don't want to be a burden for anybody who has to, like, when I'm gone, whoever in my family has to come and deal with my stuff. I want it to be easy and simple for them to do that. So, anyway. All right. So I've been talking way too much, but we're going to jump into the questions now. Google Piece is saying the Night Circus is excellent, and I keep hearing that, which is great. I had a quick flick through. I didn't really read much, but it is in present tense. Can take some getting used to. Something like that. Anyway. All right, here we are. First question's from Rhonda. What do Moscow Mitch's next 6 months look like? Moscow Mitch's next 6 months. Hang on a second. I was getting exhaustion. I was getting like when he's at home, him just being fed up with, like, they're going to do what they're going to do. If they're going to do more carve-outs for the filibuster or whatever. But then when he's actually at work, he really gets into it and really goes back on the fight. But when he goes home, he's just like, oh, I don't want to think about it. I'm tired. That's what I'm getting. Oh, Melissa Bishop just got Night Circus from the library. Okay. And Joanne Moore is saying, just contact me. I'm the patron saint of clean. We should be friends. Teresa Ford saying, it's really amazing how much people have, even if they have a normal home. Yeah. Yeah. Michael Grant says Mitch is going bye-bye. I'm just getting Mitch is tired. Wow. Oh, I'll have to talk, Joanne. Cool. Thank you. All right, 2 of Swords. I'm just getting fatigue. Like, I just want to just lie down on the rug. He's so tired. Oh, and Mandy has our 12th question of the day. So I am going to grab it before it disappears, and then I will be able to focus on the readings. Okay. Done. Thank you. Thank you, Mandy. All right. For the poor long-suffering people using the timestamping, I'll just say, what does Moscow Mitch's next 6 months look like? And what I'm getting is exhaustion. Absolute exhaustion. It is just sapping my energy just reading on him. So I don't want to stay in too much in this because I'm going to need it. Oh, Labra, you just borrowed Covenant too. Well, cool. We'll read things together. You should stop by over on Booksart Media. We'll in the afternoons. We'll talk about it. Okay, Sun, High Priestess, 3 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, King of Wands. Oh boy, he's feeling hamstrung because of the whole Trump stuff, and boy, he was riding high, wasn't he? Back when he was getting Kavanaugh through, and he was getting the Step for Justice Coney Barrett through, and all of that, and he was just sneaky and the Grim Reaper and on and on and on. But he's losing right now. He's losing power, and he's waiting for them to start gutting the filibuster. He believes that's what they're going to do. And the center card here is a celebration for our side. High fives on the Democrats' side. Oh, good. I will if I can, says Labrat. Good. Grandma Rose Homestead. That's the book I have. So, but seriously, you guys don't have to. You don't have to read all the books I'm reading. I'm just choosing one a month that we can all talk about. But please don't feel like you, even if that you have to get a book. I'm just looking for popular things if people have them. Really, the celebration is at the end of each month. You know, show your stack of books, what you've read, and then kind of what you're keeping, what you're getting rid of. That's really what it is. So, GM Dave says McConnell's the Senate crypt keeper. Yes. Joanne Morris says DM me on Instagram. We can virtual death clean. Death clean. Actually, more like. But anyway. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's Trump. Trump is the thorn in his side. Good. It was certainly a thorn in our side. Why should you get off without having to deal with that? Oh gosh, I'm getting the same stuff. His power is. Thank you again, Joanne. That's very sweet. The far right, he feels like they stole the election from him. They're still running roughshod, and their power is declining. So McConnell's next 6 months, it just looks more and more grim. Grimmer and grimmer and grimmer. Joanne says, do not buy storage containers. I just have my banker's boxes that I already use. Yeah. I have these. Here, let me show you guys. I have these open-sided bookshelves. So I keep my books. Actually, I keep them in these pinstripe black banker's boxes. So, and I'm just trying to empty some of them out so I can store other things in them. McConnell's future's grim. He is the Grim Reaper. Whatever he's trying to accomplish, it's law enforcement. Law enforcement is going to hurt. When the insurrectionists, seditionists, when their comeuppance comes, they it's going to be very disruptive. And people are not going to be so quite as excited about the Republican Party. Now, granted, we are in a Pluto return, so people's emotions are very fixed, very powerful, and it's focused on who has the power. So you've got this energy just really there solidly. But it's not going to be good for them, for that side. Did Maria said it's snowing in Montreal? Yes, Maria says it's snowing in Montreal, light snow. Nice. Alicia Marie says McConnell danced with the devil in the pale moonlight. Yes, he did. Thank you, Kay. These are the blue version of my There's No Place Like Home nails. So, it's all glittery. Ooh, my finger's shaking. Okay. Holly Coleman has astrology news. The Capricorn new moon officially kicks off right now. Okay. Good time to start something new. Set your intention. Good. And let me see if there's anything else. Michael Grant, 12 degrees of Capricorn. Here comes the moon, little darling. 12 degrees Capricorn. Oh, so it's sextile my sun. Yay. Thank you, Patty G. Don Gubb says, there's no place like Iceland. There's no place like Iceland. I like it. Michael Grant, goats go by. Yes, the goat. I'm going to wear my goat. All right, so at 32. Rhonda was also wondering what's up with Lindsey Graham. He has been awfully quiet. We haven't looked at Lindsey in a while. For anybody new around here, just so you know, whenever I read on Lindsey Graham, I do not call him by that name. He apparently wants to be called in private. I see nothing wrong with anyone wearing clothes for supposedly the opposite gender only. He is a hypocrite. He is awful. He is, I've always picked up on him that he started as a kid. He just figured his mode of survival was to find the most popular boy in the school and then become that person's right-hand man. That person's go-to. Just completely ingratiate himself with whoever is the most popular kid. And he's done it ever since. And it's to the point where he has even less of a sense of self because he's always molding himself to be what these powerful men want or need. But look, the sun. So yeah. So I would prefer if you did not use the term lady, but you do you. I will not, but you do you. I'm concerned it may shame somebody who is still working on their own identity, and I do not want to. I don't care how hypocritical Lindsey's been. He has. I don't want to throw that out there in the ether, if that makes sense. But okay. Anyway, Lindsey Graham. What's up with Lindsey Graham? I do call him a rancid mint julep. It has nothing to do with his gender or his identity or intimate life. Just his general character. Oh boy. Nine of Wands. Well, Trump is in many respects out of power, and that's who Lindsey was sucking up to. So now he has to find somebody else. Democrats. A message from the far right. Evidence being put forward. Has there been talk that Lindsey having been a part of the January 6th mess? Because I remember on the day there were reports that Lindsey was in the room. There were a bunch of law people, their staff, who were hiding in a room, hide under the big conference desk, lock the doors, hide under the conference desk, turn out the lights, be quiet. And there's Lindsey yelling at one of the security people saying, use your gun, that's why you got it. Could you please tone it down while there are people on the other side of the door trying to kill us? That's what I heard. So, but I don't know if he was any part of that. Renier is saying, I think Lindsey's trouble stems from Georgia. Oh, he was definitely making phone calls. Yep. Okay, just having a quick look. All right. So, but this is a whole lot of Democratic energy, and it's like he's hiding. He's like stepped back, and he's letting things happen. And he's waiting to see how the committee, how that shakes out, with who's going to be gone, who's going to be. I mean, if you think about it, if he's the ultimate hanger-on, he has to be careful who he decides to hang on to. Doxy Mom says, in my opinion, Lindsey tried to move from Trump to Biden, and Uncle Joe shut him down. I agree. Lynette says, I just call him LG because I'm too lazy to type out his full name. Nothing wrong with that. Cool. Kay Rubio, I agree. I, too, am enjoying the wrath of Liz. So, thank you, Google Peace. That's very sweet of you to say. Bless you. Four of Cups. It's a refusal. Yeah, I'm seeing in the in either of the chambers of Congress, you've got the balconies, and so you can almost like stand with your back against the wall and just watch people. Just kind of with the balcony, you're not really in shadow, but sort of that kind of thing. But if it just feels like he's there, he's just watching. That's what it feels like. Sun, Knight of Swords, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, he's trying to formulate a new plan, but he's waiting. He's waiting to see how things shake out. And he knows he could be in trouble. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. Donna Espinoza. Thank you. Yeah. So that's, are you going to, what kind of problems are you going to have, Lindsey? Because right now I've just got, he's in neutral. Knight of Swords. Girl, that's aggressive law enforcement. Magician. Three of Cups. Star. Trouble's going to come for him. But he's waiting. He's waiting for the January 6th committee. He's waiting for the stuff against Trump from New York State. He's worried about and waiting for stuff from Georgia, the DOJ. Yeah, that's what I'm getting there. Anyway, okay, 4030. We have some January 6th related questions here. So thank you, and thank you, Kristen, from Uncover the News. You've brought the fire. You have brought the headline fire. Thank you. So Liz Cheney reveals Ivanka visited Donald Trump at least twice on January 6th to stop the violence. It didn't stop the violence, but I know the headlines they've got limited space. Try to stop the violence, maybe. Jeff Sitzman saying clanking armor. I love the smell of clanking armor in the morning. Yes. So Liz Cheney reveals Ivanka visited her father at least twice on January 6th in an attempt to stop the violence. Well, she visited him. On ABC, Liz Cheney says the committee has firsthand testimony that Trump was watching the attack on TV as the assault transpired, and also that Ivanka Trump visited him at least twice. All right, she visited him, but so I want to know, is this going to make any difference? And I love Liz Cheney. At that big hearing they had in the evening a while back, Bennie Thompson, is that the right name? Bennie Thompson was like, we're going to wait to go into details until we can methodically explain from beginning to end what happened. All right, and now now to the co-chair of the committee, Liz Cheney. And Liz Cheney was like, thank you. Okay. Text messages from this person, that person, this person, that person. Receipts. Just like, woof. Not playing. And there's Liz Cheney revealing Ivanka visited Donald Trump at least twice, and he was watching TV, which we kind of knew, but who's saying it? Liz. Will it matter? He was watching the destruction. He was watching them trying to steal the election, and he was like, oh, good. Oh, yay. Thank you, Missouri Mom of 3. Thank you. All right. 7 of Pentacles. 9 of Wands. Hermit. 4 of Swords. It makes a difference. It's something else that's going to get Trump in trouble. His lack of action is a problem. They're definitely looking at it. Fruits of labor. What he did, but this is not the legal jeopardy. There are bigger secrets. It may be more direct communication. It could be what he was saying to that group in the Willard Hotel, whatever that hotel was they were in. And I've always wondered, why were they there and not in Trump's hotel? But okay, whatever. Phyllis Rowan is saying Liz Cheney was pouring some piping hot tea that night, and I enjoyed every drop. You and me both. Yes. So I don't think this is going to be the big deal. We haven't looked at Ivanka in a while. Let's have a look at Ivanka. New York. New York, New York. Ivanka. And your fake breathy voice that is like nails on a chalkboard to me. Renier says, too obvious to be in the Trump hotel? Could be. 10 of Cups. She thinks she's not being accepted back into high society, and she doesn't understand why. 7 of Cups, Emperor. Yeah, you pretended to be, I'm a Democrat. Yeah, you... Please. Oh, and there's her, center of her universe, Queen of Pentacles. And to some extent we are, we are the heroes in our own stories we're supposed to be. But this is how she sees herself. But this is all money grubbing. This is her brother. Griftco. All the stuff about Griftco. That's her past. That was her father when he was president. These are the things she's going to be in trouble for. She and her brothers. And there's her in the middle, being with the fake breathy voice and the 2.6 kids and the blah 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 blah. So Teresa Ford says if they were in Trump Hotel, it could be seized for use in a crime. There we go. Yep. Michael Grant says Ivanka failed to grasp her great-grandfather's business was a little on the Ghislaine side of things in Seattle and then Klondike. Yeah. Yep. So, all right. At 47:30, Jim Jordan, come on down. You are the next contestant on the awful list. Actually, you have a very good point, Holly in France. She's trying to imitate Jackie Kennedy's voice. You have a point. You have a point. Very true. Very true. All right. So Jim Jordan can help us. A former U.S. attorney says Jim Jordan is looking at jail time if he defies the Capitol Riot Committee. Jim Jordan. Hey, if you're in a prison suit, you don't have to wear your jacket. You'll be happy. Jim Jordan. By the way, the bully thing, he doesn't have to be that way. He acts that way on purpose. Michael Grant says civil forfeiture. Prosecuting an asset, government seizes the instrumentality for use in a crime such as a vehicle or a hotel for commission or use in a crime. Thank you, Michael. Don Gubb says, have you guys heard Autumn's Ivanka voice? It's like the woman's in the room. Oh. I only do it when I get really frustrated with her. Jim Jordan. Hemmed in. Jen Lynn was saying that this is, I believe she said this is her prison card. Mine's usually the 6 of Swords going up the river, but that's definitely being hemmed in. All right, that's card for the reading. Let's have a look for Linda Kingsley, oh please, we are supposed to want justice, and yet revenge is so tempting for Jimmy Boy. No, we want justice. Yeah. The world. Well, his world is about to change. 6 of Pentacles, Magician, 5 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Oh, really? You're going to choose to go the far right, radical way. He's choosing. You could have stayed with the real Republicans, but no, they're too tame for you. You don't see that being enough power. Maybe you resonate too much with this kind of authoritarianism. But he's making a choice. I'm the man. I'm standing up. I'm making my choice. And this might be Custer's last stand, legally speaking. Vanessa Pritchard said, is he so delusional? Jim Jordan? Some of it's an act. If you saw a while back when Trump was running, I think it was the Republican National Convention, Jordan was one of the people they showed him speaking. Of course, everything was on camera, but on like personal cameras. But he was sitting there talking, and he was talking like a normal human being, something you never hear him do. His voice has always got an edge to it, even in just regular press conferences and what have you. He was talking like he was, it's like he's got that in him. He just doesn't want to use it. Oh, we had a pumpkin. We had a pumpkin sighting. Joanne says justice is not revenge. True. Taylor B., did Jordan really say I've never heard the president lie? Does not compute. My brain just... No. Yes, oh dear. Ace of Wands, far right action. Jim Jordan. Sun. Page of Swords. Bully him, really? 8 of Swords. Fool. Justice. He's going to defy the committee. They're going to end up reining him in, but he's going to be a fool, and he's going to end up in court. And this is not pretty. This is not pretty. He's a fool going into the court. Major Arcana, too, so he's a big fool. Man. Alan says, unlike the ranting of Kimberly at the RNC, that was scary. The best is yet to come. Oh. Dave says pumpkin is cool too. Thank you. He's a sweetheart. He's trying so hard. Separate your expression. Queen of Pentacles. Judgment. Legal choice for the man. He's going to go down fighting for the authoritarianism. Goodbye. Goodbye, Jim Jordan. Will he be able to keep his seat? Is Jim Jordan be able to retain his seat? Or is somebody going to yeet him out of Congress? Decisions. Democrats having the power, law enforcement coming for Jordan. Republicans don't have the power to protect him. Feels pretty good. Possible Jordan might not be continuing on, which would make me very excited. But we'll see. Marie Sutton says Jordan dishes it out, but I suspect he won't handle the hot seat very well. That would make sense. Okay, at 55:30. 55:30. Thank you, Charles. Thank you. Makes a difference. It makes a big difference. Thank you. All right. So, Bennie Thompson. Now we see, I guess, best Kimberly Gill gargoyle impersonation ever. Thank you. Michael Grant says prosecution of certain congressmen is on the way. Yeah. Oh gosh, Polly Wanda said on Meet the Press today, Adam Schiff said public hearings could be in weeks, if not months. Months? Yeah, it could take a while. Thank you again, Charles. Thank you. All right, so Representative Bennie Thompson. I'm trying to understand why he's doing this, why he's saying this. Representative Bennie Thompson, who is the co-chair of the January 6th Select Committee, tells that, quote, we have uncovered some things that cause us real concern, unquote. Real concern. And then another quote was, it appeared to be a coordinated effort on the part of a number of people to undermine the election. Is he putting people on notice? Is he just sharing vague information? What? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's going on here? Bennie Thompson. Bennie Thompson. He wants to get this right. He doesn't want to jump the gun. He wants to get this right. So it cannot be questioned. He wants corroborating evidence for every last little thing. Chariot. Oh, and then it's going forward in a very public way. This is not only the upper, the higher octave of the Knight of Swords, aggressive law enforcement. This can also be a more showy, like public hearings, type thing. Sorry, I dropped that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to deafen you. Sorry. It slipped out of my hand. Temperance. 5 of Cups. Hierophant. Ace of Pentacles. This feels like the receipts of the attempted theft of the government. He's trying to be very measured while the Republicans getting in the way are trying to kick over the cups. Oh, you can't have that. Oh, there's nothing wrong here. Blah, 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 blah. But they're organizing the receipts. That's all I'm getting from from him right now. It's just like him. I don't know that he would stand there and organize little pieces of paper, but if I can picture him like standing in front of a table, and that's what I'm getting. So, Linda Kingsley says, "I will be so glad when this is over, and we all can start looking at our economy." Yes. And Al Menzies saying, "It wasn't loud. You're good." Oh, good. Thank you. That's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting for him. Michael Grant says 500 convictions and indictments of insurrectionists. Says coordinated and orchestrated attempt to overthrow the government to me. Yep. All right. At 1 hour. So Guess who's been permanently banned from Twitter? Guess who's been purposefully... So guess who has been banned from Twitter? Goodbye. Begone, foul creature. Begone, foul troll. Yes, indeed. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Twitter permanently suspended the personal account of Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. The company said she had repeatedly violated its COVID-19, I'm guessing it's guidelines, you think? So, is this going to have any effect? She'll just start using her official Twitter, not her personal. Floating Lotus. And here's the good news for today. Bye-bye, Ms. Trader Greed. I like that, Trader Greed. We need to start using that, Floating Lotus. Emperor. Oh, yeah, do whatever you want. Get away with whatever you want. You're also joining Trump in being banned. Knight of Swords. Oh, they're coming for you. Judgment. 5 of Pentacles. Death card. Strength. These together, it's usually a slam dunk. Like, wham! Law enforcement is coming for her. There will be judgment. Her constituents will not have, it feels, look, you know I don't like when the cards are too good to be true, but this feels like her constituents will not have a representative for a while, because her death will be swift, her not physical death, her legal death, or the death of her status, her position in society. Oh, it's you know, like in Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War, where Scarlet Witch took Vision and like pushes him down through like 10 floors. And I saw someone had taken that clip of him, and he's crashing through like 10 floors that she sent him down. And someone captioned it, when you've definitely been friend zoned. But this feels like when you're like, she's being pushed down through 10 floors of you're done. Not literally. We don't want violence. It's a metaphor. Okay. So this, oh yeah, there feels like there's a definite ending for her career coming. It's not like right here, but it's right there. It's right there. It's not far. Some person says she also doesn't seem to realize she has access to her government official account still. Oh, really? She doesn't use it? Okay. Polly Wanda says a band of Twitter banned. I love your brain. Polly Wanda. I love how you think. Jean Dorsey says, snap, zap, kabang. Don Gubb says, Twitter just ain't that into you, girl. I love you guys. You're funny. All right. At 1:04:30. Okay, down 1:04. A cyber attack, possibly by China or Russia, hit the academic arm of the UK's Ministry of Defence and had a significant impact. And anyone who looks at it and in the chat and is like, Ministry of Defense, you spelled it wrong. It's the UK. That's how they spell it. China or Russia attacked the UK's Ministry of Defense and had a significant impact. They were scrambling. They were tripping over themselves trying to fix it. Hanged Man, 2 of... You know what I just heard in my head? Do you remember it back in the 90s when you'd try to get on the internet? In that horrible, scratchy... Ding, ding, ding. That I just heard that 90s tone for getting on the internet. And suspending the Ministry of Defense. Walking through the files and then walking away. Communication. So is somebody going to do something about this whole, especially specifically Russian hackers? Let's specifically look at the Russian hackers. Is the U.S. finally going to say enough, and make their lives so miserable? Michael Grant says it's the RS-232 protocol. I will never remember that, but thank you. I love knowing stuff like that. I just won't remember 232 protocol. I'll try. Teresa Ford says dial-up, yes. Nuclear Magenda says, the good old days of 56K modems. And we were happy to have them. I was never on MySpace, but I did make my own website with HTML on Netscape. I think that's what it was called. Three of Swords. Communications shot through the heart. Yep. Linda Johnson, time to call James Bond, 007. Have you seen the new movie? The last one with Daniel Craig? Quite a movie. Magician. Blazing fast, says Elizabeth M. Yes. Magician. 4 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. They're not fighting back as harshly as they should. They know what's happening, but they either the UK or other people, they it's like they don't have quite what they need, and it's very upsetting. But these hackers are being paid well, and they just look around the world going, what should we do today? Who should we attack next? So these hackers are just going to keep on keeping on, and in the West, we're just going to be like, oh, wringing my hands. Oh no, really? You can't make their lives utterly unlivable? Justice. Well, trying to bring some of them to justice. Wheel of Fortune, sitting pretty. 5 of Wands. Oh, okay. Hackers in future. Hackers in future. This our ideas today that there are these people who are sitting around a room somewhere, drinking Red Bull or something, whatever the equivalent is, hacking into things. That's adorable, because what's coming is computers that are so fast and so massive that human beings, they can try to write programs to try to work their way into certain places, but I'm just getting, it's like going up against I'm getting a mental image of a hacker, just some guy, and he's there and he has his computer or whatever, and he has his drink, but he's looking up and there's this isn't real, of course, but it's like a server, but instead of it just being like a server on a rack of servers, it's like one giant one that's like twice as tall as he is, and it's massive, and it's got code coming down like the Matrix. I know, makes no sense. This is a mental image I'm getting. So, and it's and going up against it would be like going up against a giant wave, and it'd be like, I can't stop that. I can't. So in future, computing power is going to reach a point where hackers will still have hackers, but it's not going to be what it is now. This is an adorable time in history. Oh, isn't that sweet? A person, and you think you can do something with computers or do something to hurt computers. You're adorable. This will not last. That's what I just got. I thought that was interesting. Scary Harper. Oh, you like the overlay. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Michael Grant, quantum computing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, I should make a note of that. Basically, what I'm getting, the future of hacking. Hacking. And hackers. Moving on. Nuclear Magenta had a question. I want to see, what is a nuclear magenta? Because magenta is such a powerful color. Nuclear magenta. Whew. I love colors. I love, I love graphics. I love all this kind of stuff. Nuclear magenta. Oh, the power. Okay. Jim Dave, computer data generated program. Oh, yeah, there's all kind of stuff coming. All right, so at you do 113 by the time I pull myself together here. And Nuclear Magenta, thanks a lot for making me go have to look something up. But no, seriously, I'm grateful for your questions. So, oh my gosh, Grandma Rosas, I had a website on GeoCities in the 90s. I remember I had friends who did that. I was on Netscape. I think I had the Netscape browser or something like that. Anyway, the question 1330. Will Congress rewrite the Electoral Count Act of 1887? Oh, great Wikipedia. And I'll share because there's a picture. Look at this. Counting ballots. Oh, no, the picture's quite small. All right, looking at that won't help. One second. Wait. Boom. All right. And I will make this bigger so you can see. Can't make it bigger while it's... Really? Oh, yeah, you can. There we go. Counting of ballots under the act made the cover of the first issue of Newsweek in 1933. Look at those white men. Just white bread, far as the eye can see. So anyway, the Electoral Count Act of 1887, federal law, adding to procedures set out in the Constitution for the counting of electoral votes following a presidential election. It was enacted, blah, 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 blah. Close elections, again, raised the possibility that with no formally established counting procedures in place, partisans in Congress might use the counting process to force a desired result. Gosh, where have we heard that before? And Congress may also reject votes under the Act for other specific defects, such as ministerial error, blah, 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 blah. Under the 12th Amendment, the Vice President, as President of the Senate, opens the electoral certificates. On many occasions, the Vice President has had the duty of finalizing the party's or his own defeat. Nixon in 1961 graciously made a ruling allowing late filed votes against him. Imagine that. In 1969, Hubert Humphrey recused himself from the count, even more unthinkable. Gore in 2001, Biden in 2017, Pence in 2021 all rejected many challenges to certifying the results of the elections that their party lost. So, stop that. So that's what that is. So are they going to, Nuclear Magenta is saying, will Congress rewrite or change the Electoral Count Act of 1887? Because basically to try to protect the electoral votes. There's so much stuff we've got to do to clean up after Trump. Shuffling against my leg because it's crazy loud if I do it against the standing desk. Okay. Melissa Gerber says magenta candles add speed and power to candle magic spells. Oh, I like that color. I like the color magenta. Always have. Hello, OG Nadine. All right. There's so much that needs to be cleaned up. Will Congress rewrite the Electoral Count Act of 1887? Well, there are a lot of different things of varying strength that they will pass to protect future elections. Hanged Man. We've got to wait. We've got to wait until later. It's the stuff about January 6th needs to come out. There are various people waiting for that information, and it has to be dealt with. The far right has to be dealt with. There needs to be perhaps some Republicans removed, giving a short window of opportunity for some Democratic stuff to go through. There's cleanup on aisle everything, but we're waiting for that suspension and to stop this from going through. But this is just a mess. So Michael Grant says modifications to the act are needed, such as national standards. There needs to be a central registry of all votes cast for voter verification and audit. There you go. Elizabeth M. says, it turns out having a vice president with integrity is an incredibly important factor in maintaining our system. Oh, yeah. Al McKenzie, fixing that hanging Chad. That was hanging Chad on the Hanged Man. Yep. Nuclear Magenta says, Thompson said today that the committee will be making recommendations to Congress about revising existing laws. Good. Good. Thank you, Cat Shepherd. All right, at 1:20, we're going on to Semprus's question. Parts of DOJ being slow has been the need to rebuild after the last 4 years. Have they been successful at getting rid of former admin loyalists and re-strengthening the department? Okay, let's have a look at that. So, DOJ. There's a tiny bit of paranoia. It's not a lot, but there's a little bit. Like, right, is that one of them? Is that person? They're pretty shell shocked after what happened at the DOJ over the last 4 years. Yeah. Oops. Where? There. So DOJ, have you had a good clean out? Rebuild? Petition. On the one hand, this is the bars and these are the people who were there. Excuse me, before, who were doing their own thing. But this is also now okay, this needs to be cleaned up. Okay, this needs to be cleaned up. Don Gubb says in New Zealand, we must be registered to vote by law at 18 years old. All are mailed out. You may post back or take a piece of it in to vote in person. You do not have to vote, but you must be registered. Yeah. It sounds like a great thing. I wish we could do that here. But 8 of wands, 5 of cups, ace of swords, 5 of pentacles, 5 of wands. The problem with doing that here is there would be just constant talk about the government control and blah 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 blah. Oh, Semper says, and you get free food if you do vote. Whew, at least I remember that being a thing. All right, but DOJ, they definitely went through the ringer. The sort of truth is there. They have sent far right people packing, but not without a struggle. There's still some infighting, but it's not the justice card. It's not major arcana, but it is the sword of truth. And it is in the center, which is the most powerful position in these 3, 5, and 7 card spreads. I don't do 7 card spreads. I can't fit it on the rack, but you know what I mean. Oh boy. Dave says that Biden could declare a state of national emergency and federalize the elections. Oh dear. Oh boy. Okay. DOJ. Get 2 cards in the middle. King of Pentacles. They tend to be a relatively conservative bunch in the first place. Fair enough. 6 of Pentacles. We've got 2 cards in the middle. Oh, suspension. There's Hanging Chad. Suspension of the taking out of politics. There's still some, but there's a lot more emphasis on taking politics out of investigations and whatnot. But they are a conservative bunch overall. It's better. It's better than it was. That's GM Dave says National Guard protecting polling places from militias. I like these. I like some of these ideas. It's just that it's come to this, you know? Okay, 125.30. 125.30. Sempress. No, Vicky K. That was the last one was from Sempress. Thank you. Vicky K has a question. What's the status of Mark Meadows' subpoena? Is the DOJ going to take action? Yeah, what happened with that? It was how many days for Bannon, them to come down on Bannon? What's going on with Mark Meadows' subpoena? No, Mark, yeah, subpoena. Didn't they refer him to the, yeah, they referred him to the DOJ. Yeah. But they didn't arrest, did they arrest him yet? King of Swords. Well, it's a prosecutor. All right. Page of Wands. Oh, he's definitely messages for the far right. He was totally in on Trump. Entertainment only. I'm reading on the collective energy. He was in on it. Oh my gosh, this is just all wands. Insult to injury for the emperor. Anyone who's thinking, how involved was he? Was he involved? Should he get in trouble? Far right message, far right victory, politically married to Trump, adding insult to injury, all for the Fuhrer. Vicky K says the committee referred him to the DOJ on December 14th. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks. Floating Lotus says, I think Bannon was indicted after 19 days. All right, so it would be fairly soon if it's the same. So are we going to see an arrest of Mark Meadows, as in turn yourself in by this date? Entertainment only, what do I know? The energy is he's so guilty. Oh my gosh. Al Menzi says, patience, it will come. I hear you. You ask the questions and I answer as best I can. Insult to injury again. All right, message. Trump's base for the victory. But is Mark Meadows going to is he going to be arrested? Is he going to have to turn himself in? Is he going to be arraigned? Are they going, is the DOJ going to bring charges against him? World. Well, the world as he knew it is definitely ending. Doxy Mom says they may be waiting to see the Supreme Court ruling on executive privilege. There we go. Michael Grant says Meadows needs to be charged and cop a plea with full disclosure after his law license is yanked. Let's do that. Two of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Hierophant. I'm not getting an answer right now. Maybe they are waiting because I'm not even getting strong energy. Meadows. Three of Cups. Could I get any more wand cards? If the card for the reading, we might head for something. I'm not getting anything. I'm getting he's in it up to his eyeballs. That's what I'm getting. So maybe they are waiting. Okay, 1:30:30. Harold McGuire. 1:30:30. Harold McGuire is asking, is the Queen dying? Is it soon? Will she pass on soon? I don't normally look at stuff like this, but it's a pretty big deal. She may be a figurehead, but it does have political implications. Don't ask me why, but it does. I did spend 20 of my years married to an Englishman. So, not that he was particularly monarchist, but he mostly just seemed like. But the Queen, she's lonely. It isn't just that her husband died, it's a lot of her friends have died. She lost her best friend a number of years ago. She's lonely. She loves her, her grandkids, her great grandkids, but they're a different generation. They're a whole different thing. Dynasty. It is the guarded dynasty. Renier says she's part Scottish. Scots are stubborn. The Queen's got a few more years in her, I think. The astrology for her, it's not my strong suit, but the astrology I saw said she looked pretty strong for a couple of years too, but we'll see. 5 of Pentacles, Temperance, Chariot, Star, Queen of Pentacles. All right, it will be an easy passing whenever it happens. It feels like a very transition of titles. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. She did the best she could. That's all I'm getting. Sherry H says, I keep thinking she's waiting for Charles to pass so William can take the throne. I think she's too much of a traditionalist for that. Al Menzies says her mother lived to 101, I think. 103, Renier saying. The Queen Mother was 103. Succession. I just remember is her moon in Taurus or something? She's got some heavy duty Taurian energy, stubborn, practical. Al Menzies says she's been the queen since 1952. Institutions. Tower. 2 of Swords. Knight of Wands. That's Andrew. She's worried about the whole Andrew mess. The UK has withstood a lot. And she's done what she could to keep stability. That's all I'm getting. Yeah. Jeff Sitzman says, is the Queen conservative like Thatcher? Is she more FDR? FDR wasn't conservative. B. Smith, Sun in Taurus. Thank you. Linda Kingsley says, yes, that's what I pick up. Okay. Rainy HJ says the Queen Mother was 101 when she died. Okay. Renier says, yep, she feels this is her duty. She will not abdicate in favor of Charles. She's got to wait till she's done. Yeah, I get that too. King Charles. King Charles do you guys know what? I can't remember. He's going to be King Charles what number? 3 of Swords, Queen of Swords, Temperance. Yeah, he's got to wait. Oh yeah. The energy's all very steady. She's a traditionalist. It's just all very steady. Lynott says, oh, he'll be the third. Almenzi, maybe the third. Oh, okay. Semperis, B. Smith. Charles the Third. We're doing well on time. Let me answer this other question. Let's just ask about King Charles III. And anybody else picturing a dog in their mind? I am. King Charles III. Anyway, but before that, we've got Mandy of Merrimack's question. Linda Kingsley says, it's too crazy to let go right now. She feels Charles isn't strong and Andrew's a mess. Linda Kingsley says Brexit doesn't help either. I was picking up on that too. I like B. Smith's comment. 137, Mandy of Marmac had a question. We'll get back to that in just 1 second. 137 is the DOJ is supposed to start moving more quickly, will they? The DOJ is supposed to be moving more quickly, will they? So back to the DOJ. Jeanette says kings named Charles have not fared well. B. Smith says he could choose one of his myriad of other names. It hasn't happened. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. But at this time in his life, would he really want to take on a different... Who knows? He can do what he wants. Yeah. All right, DOJ, supposed to start moving more quickly, will they? Well, considering I feel like I just need to keep putting out cards more and more and more and more and more. Oh, yeah. Huh. Okay. It's a DOJ. Oh, and it started out with 2 cards. 7 of Pentacles. It starts out with 2 cards. The Page of Wands and the 7 of Cups. All right, so the DOJ, where they started out, it took over from Barr. And, everything that was a part of that. So there was that whole mess. In the center, Queen of Cups. All right, so this is the new administration, and it is a hard break. That is the whole thing doing a 180. Some high fives there, some 3 of Pentacles. Republicans trying to save their party. So if it's what it feels like. I don't like when the cards are too good to be true. That feels like new administration. We end up very pleased with, and like I said, it felt like I needed to put out more and more and more and more and more cards. And Republicans trying to save their party. There is a moment, may not last long, but it feels like there will be a moment where the Republicans are wondering if their party is going to just collapse. I'm not sure what level that would be at or what exactly they mean. But wondering if they're going to go the way of the Whig Party. The thing is that we have a two-party system, so we still have two umbrellas. And if one of them leaves or one of them collapses, I don't think it's going to happen. And it doesn't feel like it will, but it feels like it will come to a moment where the Republicans are, that they're definitely trying to stop the collapse of their party. That's what I get. We'll see what happens. Okay, so back at 141, King Charles III, or whatever he's going to call himself. Well, first of all, is he going to call himself King Charles III? Teresa Ford says there are many other parties. Yeah, but every time there's talk of there are votes for third-party candidates, it just ends up weakening that side's. Like if you're a Democrat and there's a third-party candidate running who's getting a lot of votes who is far left, it ends up the mainstream Democrat ends up losing. So by voting for someone outside of the two-party system, the far other side wins, and that's why it keeps coming back to being a two-party system. I'm not saying it should be. I'm just saying. Teresa Ford says I've heard that forever, and it's time for that to end. Sure, I'd love for it to end, but anyway, we'll have to look at that. We'll have to look at the future of the parties and what have you. We could talk about that tomorrow. If you wouldn't mind putting that in the chat tomorrow, before I come on, we could look at that. Okay, but right now, King Charles III. Oh, he's so vile. He is so vile. Yes, Almenzi. His name is Charles Philip Arthur George. I of course hear Diana saying that when she married him. Take you, Charles Philip Arthur George. Charles III, strength. He had a strong mom. He does love her. There will always be a part of him inside that's a little boy who loves his mom. And he never had to grow up fully anyway. Like he grew up like 85%. It feels like William needs to take over as soon as possible. Hemmed in. This is weak. He's well off, but there's going to be a lot against him. You would think in this day and age, it's whether the monarch is strong or weak wouldn't make any difference because they don't have power. But it feels like the monarchy itself under immense attack. And Charles, he just keeps putting his foot in his mouth, and he has some, he was for saving the climate. That's good, but the rest of this feels like just out of touch, putting his foot in his mouth. A lot coming against him, and it feels like monarchists are like, oh, please, can we have William? Because there are going to be reforms under William. Menzie says she was gone a lot and he was raised by nannies. Nah, it's not you still love your mother. Yeah. Randy H.J. says Diana got his names mixed up. That poor woman. King Charles III. Ken, I'm sorry, I'm running out of time, and I've already, this is my 13th question today, but I'll be back tomorrow. I'm here literally every single day. And I'm always looking for questions. Just before I come on, I'm grabbing all of your questions, and often I don't have 12 when I come on. So, Wheel of Fortune. Page of Wands, 6 of, oh, it's Andrew. It's Andrew is the problem. Andrew, this is a big crack in the foundation of the monarchy, which is a much smaller beast than it was before, much smaller structure than it was before. But it's Andrew's the problem. And here's Charles trying to be steady. Matter of fact, he may get more stern and steady. Like he may get more like his mother in his demeanor. Like he's super expressive now, but no, he really feels like he will become more like his mother when he's king because of the Andrew stuff. All right, and quick look at William. And William would, if he kept his name, would be King William the what? Anybody know? King William. It feels like his wife will be queen. King of Swords. Well, he wasn't. he did time in the military, and William comported himself well. People against the monarchy. Knight of Pentacles. He's going to be very popular. King William V. Thank you, guys. William V he's going to be very popular. And the people who would fight against the monarchy and complain about them, they don't fare as well. They kind of have their moment in the sun when Andrew is in the worst of trouble he's going to be in. And Charles is on the throne. But people are going to love William. They're going to love him. They're going to be glad to see Charles' generation gone. William IV, says Rainy H.J., but other people are saying, Sherry H. says, I feel William will make a good king. I think so too. Warrior Witch was saying William V. B. Smith was saying 4th or 5th, and Rainy Hajjah is saying William IV. So that's what I'm getting there. But he will be very popular. He'll be very popular. And so will his children. They're still going to be a bit spoiled, but they really are trying to undo some of the sins of the previous generations. So that's what I'm getting there. All right. That's going to do it for me for today. But thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And it is 1:51 here in Chicago. I will be over on the Book Art Media channel at 4 o'clock to do creative sprints. And if anyone wants to talk about the hashtag Clear the Bookshelves Challenge, which I am starting for 2022, come on over. So there's that. I talked about it yesterday quite a bit. Or was it the day before? Anyway, I think it was yesterday. But now I can't remember. I think it was day before yesterday. It was the last day of the year. But if anyone needs more information, I'll be there. All right. Hang in there. I will be back here tomorrow at noon. And I just wish you all the best. All right. Hang in there. You're never alone, never truly alone. There are good days ahead. There are, okay? All right. And I'll see you guys later, or I'll see you tomorrow.